What's up, Steelers Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Our Pittsburgh Steelers are gearing up for one of the biggest games of the season, and we're here to break it all down for you. The team is constantly striving to improve, making adjustments every week to deliver results and push toward that ultimate goal, a Super Bowl title. Before we get started, do us a favor and hit that like button to support the channel. And if you're not already part of our community, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest Steelers news. Now, let's get into it. This week's matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles is massive, and we've got a lot to talk about. Injuries, depth chart shakeups, and why wide receiver Van Jefferson might just be the X factor we need to pull off a win. This Sunday, the Steelers travel across the state to face the Philadelphia Eagles in a high-stakes matchup. It's not just another game, it's a chance to officially clinch a playoff spot and make a statement against one of the best teams in the NFL. The Eagles are no joke. With just 2 losses this season, they're battling for the top seed in the NFC. On paper, they're a strong contender to represent the conference in Super Bowl LIX. For the Steelers, a win on the road in Philadelphia would not only secure a playoff berth but also prove that we're ready to compete with the league's elite. Unfortunately, injuries are a part of football, and the Steelers will be without 3 key starters this week: George Pickens, WR, Larry Ogunjobi, DL, Deshaun Elliott, S. While these absences are significant, the Steelers are no strangers to adapting and overcoming challenges. Let's take a look at the key adjustments to the depth chart. 1. Montravius Adams. Fresh off injured reserve, Adams will step into the starting role on the defensive line in place of Ogunjobi. His ability to clog up the middle and pressure the quarterback will be critical. 2. Damontae KZ. Filling in at safety for Elliott, KZ brings experience and playmaking ability to the secondary. 3. Van Jefferson. With Pickens out, Jefferson takes over as the team's #1 wide receiver. This is a huge opportunity for him to step up and make a name for himself. Let's talk about Van Jefferson. He's not a household name yet, but by the end of Week 15, Steelers Nation might be singing a different tune. Here's why Jefferson could be the breakout star of Sunday's game. 1. Elevated role. With Pickens sidelined, Jefferson is stepping into the spotlight as the top receiving option for quarterback Russell Wilson. This means more targets, more opportunities, and a playbook designed to get him involved. 2. Russell Wilson's impact. Let's not forget the difference Wilson has made since joining the Steelers. Before Wilson, there were questions about whether Pickens could be a true #1 receiver. Wilson's deep ball accuracy and veteran leadership have elevated Pickens' game, and now Jefferson gets the chance to benefit from that same connection. 3. Proven track record. This isn't Jefferson's first rodeo. Back in 2021, while playing for the Los Angeles Rams, he racked up 802 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's shown he can produce at a high level, and with Wilson under center, there's no reason he can't replicate that success. Facing a tough Eagles defense, Jefferson has the opportunity to not only make a statement, but also solidify his place in the Steelers' offense moving forward. The Eagles boast one of the most complete defenses in the league, so the Steelers' offense will need to be sharp. Here are the key matchups to watch. 1. Offensive line versus Eagles pass. Rush. Protecting Wilson will be priority. 1. The Steelers' offensive line, led by rookie Broderick Jones at right tackle, faces a formidable Eagles front that excels at getting after the quarterback. 2. Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren. Establishing the run game will be crucial to keeping the Eagles' defense honest. Harris and Warren need to find ways to grind out tough yards and sustain drives. 3. Russell Wilson and Van Jefferson. Can Wilson and Jefferson develop quick chemistry and take advantage of mismatches in the secondary? If so, this could open up the entire playbook for the Steelers. On the defensive side of the ball, the Steelers have their hands full with an Eagles offense that features MVP candidate Jalen Hurts, explosive receivers A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, and a powerful offensive line. Despite Ogunjobi's absence, the Steelers' pass rush remains a strength. T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith will need to bring the heat off the edges, while Montravius Adams anchors the interior. Disrupting Hurts' timing and forcing him into mistakes will be essential. The loss of Elliott means more responsibility for KZ and cornerbacks Patrick Peterson and Joey Porter Jr. Brown and Smith are capable of torching defenses if given space, so tight coverage and disciplined play will be critical. If there's one thing everyone knows about Philadelphia, it's that their fans are brutal and proud of it. Lincoln Financial Field isn't just a stadium, it's a fortress of noise, insults, and passionate chaos. For a team like the Steelers, who haven't won a game in Philly since 1965, that's a lot to overcome. But here's the thing. Cameron Hayward doesn't care. "Man, we're in the AFC North," Hayward said during a press conference this week. "It's always hostile. That's never a factor because we're used to playing in hostile environments." Hayward knows what he's talking about. Since joining the Steelers in 2011, he's battled in some of the most heated rivalries in football. AFC North games are a different breed, brutal, intense, and downright nasty. From the Ravens to the Bengals to the Browns, every divisional matchup feels like a war. And it's not just Hayward. Steelers Nation is no stranger to hostility either. Whether it's the infamous rivalry with Baltimore or the chaos that erupts during a Cleveland game, the black and gold have seen it all. Hayward's confidence is rooted in the history of AFC North football. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Joey Porter Sr. Incident. Back in the day, Joey Porter Sr.'s wife had to be escorted out of the Browns stadium after being pelted with food and drinks. It was so bad she vowed never to attend another divisional game. Wyatt Teller's wife versus Steelers fans. Just last week, the wife of Browns guard Wyatt Teller complained about the way Steelers fans treated her. Teller himself had to step in saying, "That's just AFC North football. It's not just opposing fans. Steelers Nation can be tough on their own. Remember the chants calling for offensive coordinator Matt Canada's firing? Whether it was at Acrisure Stadium or PPG Paints Arena, fans made their voices heard, and eventually, their wish came true. This is the environment the Steelers live in. They've been forged in the fire of AFC North rivalries, and that's why Hayward isn't sweating the Eagles fans. The real challenge. A dominant Eagles team, hostile fans aside, the real test lies on the field. Let's not sugarcoat it. The Eagles are a juggernaut. Here's what the Steelers are up against. Saquon Barkley. Barkley is having a historic season and is a legitimate MVP candidate. Stopping him will be a monumental task, especially with safety Deshaun Elliott sidelined due to injury. Jalen Hurts and the passing game. Hurts has been electric, and with weapons like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, the Eagles' air attack is one of the league's best. The tush push. Philly's signature QB sneak has been nearly unstoppable all season. Can the Steelers find a way to disrupt it? Steelers' challenges and adjustments injuries are starting to pile up for the Steelers, making this already uphill battle even steeper. Here's how the team is adjusting. Montravius Adams. With Larry Ogunjobi out, Adams will step up on the defensive line. His performance will be key in containing Barkley. Damontae KZ, filling in for Elliott, KZ will need to step up in the secondary against Hurts's dynamic passing game. Van Jefferson. With George Pickens unavailable, Jefferson moves into the #1 wide receiver role. This is a huge opportunity for him to make a name for himself. Despite the adversity, the Steelers have shown time and time again that they can adapt and fight. If the Steelers want to come out on top, they'll need to execute in 3 key areas. 1. Limit explosive plays. The Eagles thrive on big plays. The defense must keep everything in front of them and tackle well. 2. Win the turnover battle. Creating takeaways and protecting the football will be vital. 3. Take advantage of opportunities. Whether it's a big play from Jefferson or a timely sack from Watt, the Steelers need to capitalize when the moment arises. So, what's your take on Sunday's game? Will Van Jefferson rise to the occasion and deliver a breakout performance? How do you think the defense will hold up against Hurts, Brown, and Smith? What's your prediction for the final score? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We can't wait to hear from you. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Steelers content. We'll be back with a full breakdown after the game, so stay tuned. Here we go, Steelers Nation. Let's take it to the Eagles and show the league what we're made of.